If you're a creator or a professional who believes in the power of content, but you're overwhelmed by all of the advice around how to get in front of the right person who resonates with you and wants what you have, this is the last video you want to watch. Many people are making the crucial mistake of following outdated and old advice around how to target the person that they want to get in front of. Lucky for you, the way to fix that mistake is very easy, and once you hear it, you're going to be like, oh my God, why have I not done this before? And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the three-part continuum that you want to focus on to create in a way that gets in front of the exact person that you want to be in front of. And in case you're wondering, why should I even listen to this guy? I have spent just shy of a decade of helping other professionals and creators create content and dial in their messaging in a way that gets them in front of the exact person that they want to get in front of, grow their profile, and even go viral. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I've done that for myself and for other people. So let's get into it. Now, before we get into the continuum, there is something that you have to understand and flip your mind around to really master what I'm about to teach you. And that is, there's a difference between creating content for a brand, AKA a company, and creating content for a creator or personal brand-led account. And here's the key difference. When we're creating something for a company or a brand, we're establishing an imaginary avatar that is our customer. We're building out their profile. We're thinking of things like psychographics. What are they interested in? Where do they go? What do they read? What do they consume? What are their hobbies? We're thinking demographics. How old are they? Are they married, single? Where do they live? What's their lifestyle like around that demographic? And then we build the avatar per the product that we sell. The issue when you take that into a creator or personal brand account, you assume that you are creating content around a product, when in reality, you're creating content around the person. So when we create the avatar for a personal brand or creator, what we're actually doing is creating an avatar of ourselves. And I'll get into that in just a second. What that means is you have to go inward so your outer expression in content actually resonates with the person that really resonates with you. Yo, I hate to interrupt, but if you are enjoying this video and it's bringing you value, it would mean the world to me if you went ahead and pressed subscribe so we can present this medicine to more people that need it. I appreciate you. Back to the video. And this brings us to the first part of the continuum when building out the person that you want to attract via your creative content or personal brand. And that is, we want to focus on our past self. I want you to take a second and take an inventory of the person that you once were 6 months, 12 months, or just 24 months ago. What problems did you have? What mistakes did you make? How did you overcome them? How did you solve them? What things did you do that gave you a lot of success? What things did you learn that helped you be the person that you are today? When we understand that we are creating for our past selves, what we're doing is we're guiding the version that we were in the past from the lens of the person we are today. Because in reality, when you're developing a creator-led business or a personal brand for your business, you are really only talking to the person you once were. And what you're doing specifically is you are guiding them so they can get to where you are today. The reason why there's personal brands that are the creme de la creme and the top of the game is because they really are dialed in being aware of who they were, what their story is, where did they come from, how did they navigate all of that. So when the viewer on the other side watches their content, they're like, man, they know me so well. They must be somebody that can get me out of where I want to be. Because the reality is the past version of you is the current present version of where that person that's watching you is. And the present version of you is the aspirational version of where they want to go and who they want to become. So when you get very dialed in your ability to talk to them where they're at today from the lens of where you are today, they can see the gap and you fill it for them, and then they can inch closer and closer to overcoming the struggles that they're having and reaching the desires that they want. And that brings us to the second part of the continuum, which is your present self. So if you are guiding your past self, that means you are advancing your present self. This is why you'll hear a lot of people say, document the journey, show what you're building publicly, talk about the things that you're overcoming in real time and show how you're navigating them and how you're advancing them. Because if you remember, your present self is their desired future self. So as you continue to advance and they continue to advance because you're teaching them where they are now, they are inching closer to their future desired self, and you are inching closer to your future desired self which we'll get to in a minute. So as you create content for your present self as well, in addition to the content that you are creating for your past self, guiding them, they are seeing what's possible and they are seeing it in real time to where you are almost mapping out a blueprint. Two people that come to mind right now off the top of my head is a rapper that I really admire, La Russell. He is literally giving independent artists the blueprint. Part of his content is showing his past self what to do and what mistakes to avoid when he teaches people how to make ads, when he teaches people what his content plan is, when he teaches people his outreach game is. And a big part of his content right now is present self content. He's documenting, at the time of recording this video, live streaming, selling 100,000 albums in 30 days. And he's showing people that people are buying the album. He's showing people that rappers and other celebrities are supporting him. And then the publications are taking that. So as an independent artist, if I'm watching La Russell, I see the gap that I need to fill to even become where he's at now. I also witness him advancing his present self to see where we're going in the future and what's remaining on the other side. So when I get to that point, I'm clear on that blueprint. Yo, me again, real quick commercial break. If you can leave a comment on what's making sense, what an epiphany you might have had, or what's not making sense so I can expand these teachings for my past self, AKA you that's probably watching, so you can be served at the highest level. All right, back to the video. The second person that comes to mind is Kai Cenat. Now, we've seen this gentleman literally develop himself over the past almost 5 years into a global streamer. And right now he's in the middle of developing a fashion brand. All of the things he's doing is documentation of him building this fashion brand. Now, the reason why this is so important when you are doubling down on your present self while still guiding the past version of you to be able to catch up is that the audience becomes part of whatever it is that you're building. And they feel like hipsters. They're like, yo, I knew about this person before they even were as big as they are, because it's a community building process. So there's a big benefit to guiding your past self and advancing your present self. Now, the last part of the continuum, if you're following along, is your future self. What you're doing is you want to fulfill your future self. So in content, the way that looks like, whether you're ideating, whether you're creating, is what are the beliefs that I have for my future? What am I aspiring towards? And planting those seeds inside of the things that you create and inside of your content. And what that does is, for the person watching you, your future self, which you haven't reached yet, is their highest self. And they're like, wow, there's really a huge mountain. And the crazy part about this continuum is it makes your personal brand and yourself as a creator a continuum that is infinite. And at that point, we start playing what Simon Sinek coins the infinite game. You never run out of ideas. You never lose sight of what do I need to create? How do I create it? Because you're literally speaking to who you were, which is always going to change. You're advancing who you are, and then you're inching closer and closer to this big, big goal that you might not even achieve, but it's out there for people to be like, wow, I'm gonna follow along until this person reaches that. So once you master that, you are not creating an avatar for a company. You are creating an avatar for a person, key person in the personal brand, and that person is you. Where were you? Where are you? And where are you going? You're going to guide your past self so they can inch by inch advance to where you are now. You're going to advance your present self, AKA you're going to showcase what it is that you're doing, and you're going to fulfill your future self by telling the public what it is you're planning on, what it is you're working towards, what beliefs you have, and then that person on the other side, that is nothing more but a mirror of you, is going to lock in for that entire journey because they see that you are helping them overcome where they're at, achieve where they want to be, and see that there's a beautiful destination at the end of that tunnel that they might have not even been aware of, and you are the blueprint guiding them through all of it. All right, that's it for this video. I hope that makes things easier for you as you ideate for content, as you think about how you're approaching creative, and as you think about developing your own presence online as an authority, as a creator, or even as a founder or business owner that wants to leverage content for their marketing. If this video was helpful, I want you to click this video right here, which talks about how to overcome this problem of a niche, especially if you've been inundated with that education. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Peace.